Because we have only 5 minutes, so I'm going to quickly go over the background of our research development. Basically, the 3 TMD faculty members developed a multi-phase product, the research, to provide some information and the solutions, possible solutions, to improve society and the planet. As you can see on the top, it's the right top, the graph. The pandemic significantly changes the landscape of our industry, which is fashion and textile industries. Basically, most are the very negative impacts. You can see on the top, and that was a result of the survey with the global industry professionals at the beginning of pandemic, which is April of 2020 something, and then they anticipated our industry, manufacturing of the textiles, clothing, and leather or footwear, anticipate will have more serious revenue decrease. So the negative impacts would be more serious and greater in industry, including us. So along with this negative impact, the businesses pre-pandemic sustainability initiatives, such as textile recycling, all disrupted during the pandemic. But now, I think everybody can see a lot of research articles and news articles and industry reports also says at the recovery stage from the pandemic, businesses will have sustainability, environmental, social sustainability as their core the business strategy are expected to survive and more secure and thrive compared to those who just merely taking the sustainability for their marketing tool. So we wanted to confirm this, the information, the anticipation with the consumer. Because we see the consumers is most the powerful stakeholder, right? And then, so the future, even though all articles says right now, the sustainability will be a good solution for the future. So we agree. It could be one of the future direction we need to go for. But what about the consumers? So future market could depend on the consumers this season. So our multi-phase research developed it like that, and we are on the first phase right now. So, like I said, first stage, we would like to confirm and identify if consumers really can experience some value change, lifestyle change related to sustainability, behavioral change, and psychological changes. And also, if we can see this could be a long-term value change, which will be foundation of the future direction of the market. So we are on the first stage right now. So Dr. Goswami will continue to the next stage.
All right. So before we jump into the exploratory data and sort of what opportunities it presents, I want to say why we are talking about consumers. I mean, many of the audience here do not necessarily work with the end consumers, but we have to think that it's their utilities, their needs, their wants is what, if precipitated throughout the supply chain, that's what makes us more relevant, right? So it has to be a holistic process. We cannot just talk about these in a fragmented. So hence we are discussing about the consumer's needs. So the exploratory data showed us one simple thing. The opportunity is very simple. Consumers want sustainability, and they want to know more about it, more about the companies which are doing it. So what we suggested, or rather what we found out from the data, was that by creating and organizing your sustainability-related communication strategies to share those positive signals towards your consumers, that can be the way to go. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples. These are all our suggestions based on our expertise, not from the necessarily data, but let's say connect your sustainability communication messages to be relevant to your consumers. Alisa was referring to shared values. Talk about that, talk about how to create that synergy. we all know transparency is important, right? But particularly if you think about it, when consumers are reporting about the transparency, they are asking about you. They want to know about you. So how to do about it? We suggest there are multiple ways, and we are happy to collaborate on that. Currently, the consumers are wanting the textile businesses to be relevant, to be true to sustainable, and we have a ton of ideas. So please let us have a word, start collaborating. I want to move a little bit towards the government, and Carl is signing, so I'm going to be a little fast. For the government, there are a lot of sides towards the policy related, but we also, again, want to start at that opportunity of consumers wanting to know more. So maybe government can create an educational portal, some program where we inform the consumers about all the different brilliant things that Rhode Island textile companies are doing. So maybe a list of those companies, maybe their performance towards the 2030 goal, maybe their sustainability scores, so on and so forth. More on the policy side, we are suggesting that we are an ocean state. This presents us the opportunity for the Rhode Island to introduce maybe a new textile quality inspection test for the microplastics, because we all are working towards it. It is a problem we all acknowledge, but having it a policy maybe would be that extra boost from the government that we can provide to our businesses, not just to do what they're doing, but also for their competitive advantage. And then I want to move to the university side, because we all know we are doing brilliant stuff, but instead of just us teaching and students receiving it from us, how about we create an environment of engagement and awareness? My ideas are brimming now, so let's say we use the Earth Month. In April, we take that as an opportunity to do maybe a campus-wide sustainability competition, and we go for the most sustainable roadie. That's just one example. But we want to create that environment where the students, faculty, staff, they are working next to each other, and I'm sure that can be a great moment of inspiration, not just for us, but for other educational institutes. And not just restricting those efforts within the perimeter of campus. We need to go outside towards the society, towards the community, to spread that awareness. So I think we have all the right resources, we have all the right interested candidates. Let's begin that conversation. Thank you.